Hello and welcome to part 11 of Let's Play Pokemon Pearl. I know in the last part I said it was part 11, but I was being dumb. So yeah, in the last part we defeated the gym and we saved a guy who sells bikes. So hopefully we can get some sort of discount, you know. That's the least he could do. Oh, he just gave us one. That's cool. I don't know why in Pokemon games bikes are always incredibly expensive. I mean, $1,000,000 Poké Dollars. $1,000,000! That's insane! It might have been more than that actually in the older ones, but yeah, for some reason you just can't afford bikes. Like, I don't know, if it was like a key part of the story or like a HM, then it would make sense, but the fact that it you have to do certain set pieces just to have a bicycle, I mean, it's just a bit harsh, you know. It's like if I went to my mum when I was a kid, say, hey, can I have a bicycle? And she just says, sure, but you're gonna have to, you know, hit puberty first. It'd be something like that. So yeah, I got my bike and I want to leave, but this nosy guy. I'm glad they're mixing it up in these games, you know. Before it was a fat man, this is a bug catcher this time. Yeah, I won't lie to you, at this point I had no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm lost. And I know this isn't the right way to go, but honestly, I don't think that guy said go south, so I was just trying to find anywhere to go, you know, just somewhere new. Why couldn't the bug guy be at this side of the entrance, saying, hey, by the way, this is a mountain, piss off down the bike bit. But no, so yeah, sorry, I'm gonna fight this guy just because I kind of accidentally showed up here when I really should have been doing something else. I don't know why Geodude is level 15, or his Pokemon is quite low. It doesn't make any sense really, because you have to get here. This is the first time you can get here, but you don't have to be in this route for ages. So it's a bit weird. I guess it would be really harsh if they were like level 30. Although I could still take them. I'm a strong guy. So yeah, oh god, more rock Pokemon. That's always fun. That's always enjoyable. I was thinking about it. I don't know what I would have done if I picked Chimchar. I guess if you pick Chimchar, you have to pick Bubju, unless you want to force your way through painfully slow, boring fights with like rock Pokemon and using Scratch and then just hoping it eventually dies. So that's the problem. Rock Pokemon aren't fun to fight until later on. And yeah, I went in there. There's nothing in there. Just so you know, there's no magical. It's not like, oh cool, it's like, you know, Holy Grail. No, it's boring. And yeah, I still don't know where to go. I will find it soon. Don't worry, I will find it. It's cool. But oh god, the design is just lazy, if you ask me. Yes, let's do it. I found where I had to go. Oh no, there's a woman. Oh no, she's talking to me. Oh no, she won't let me through. Why? Why can't she just let me through? So stupid. I just want to leave this place. I don't want to be here anymore. I've already spoken to a bug catcher who wanted me to ride my bike on a bridge for no reason, and then I already went into a mountain and beat up a Geodude. Why is some random woman telling me I can't go down? Yeah, the reason is that you need the Explorer thing, but it's some bollocks that I never do. There's a lot of stuff in the Pokemon games that I just don't do. You know, they've been adding a lot of new features in each and every game, and it's a nice idea. I guess it's a little time waster if if you're bored with actually playing the game, you can do something else, but Pokemon Y had the same problem, but yeah, so I tried to use it and it turns out it's all about the wireless, which I don't have because it's an emulator, so I'm gonna get out of it. Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about all the new features they add in Pokemon, but, you know, let me know in the comments because I don't like them. I don't like stuff like the Explorer's Kit and things like that. So yeah, here's the aid. Usually it's quite easy to skip over the Professor's aids, but this aid's actually useful. You get an experience share, which is always good. They're always handy. If you don't know what they are, you give it to a weak Pokemon, and whenever any Pokemon get experience, that Pokemon with the experience share will get a portion of it. So yeah, this route is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, you know. It would be cool if this was the first time they've done a bike route, but I mean, at this stage it's like, I guess it's classic, you know. It's classic to have a route that you need to be in your bike. And yeah, I'm not sure, I think this is the first time we've seen this Pokemon. It's the evolution of Starly, and as you can tell, like Pidgeotto, it's just a bigger, more pissed off version of its first evolution, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, so it's weird. I think in first generation you don't actually have to go on the bike route at all, which is kind of cool. You know, that's one of the things that I think they're kind of missing in the later generations, is that in the first one, and I think in the second one to some extent this was true, you could go anywhere, or you can, okay, not go anywhere, but you could at least, there's certain parts that you could skip. And I don't know if that's just me, but I like that in games. I like the idea that you can play through a game and kind of skip out on a load of stuff, because not because you're stupid and because you just don't, you know, it's because you don't explore as much certain areas. In case you don't know what I mean, I'm talking about, you know, in Fallout, you're not going to see everything in that game, but there's a lot of content there, and it's cool that you can, in your second playthrough, you can discover whole new areas that you just had no idea existed. And I know the original Pokemon games didn't do that much, but there was that kind of general sense that you were exploring a whole world, and they kind of lost that in the newer ones, I think, which is kind of sad. But I mean, that's what even Pokemon White was super linear, but still great games anyway. So yeah, I think this is the first time we've seen Ponyta, and I was quite happy at this point, because I thought, a new Pokemon, yes! I can beat up something different with my rocks, which was kind of cool. Because I think I mentioned this in another part, that the range of Pokemon is so disappointing, you know? I don't want to go on about it every single part, but pretty much, you know, my advice, in case you missed out on it before, don't pick Piplup, because there's a good range of water Pokemon, but there is a bad range of fire or grass, so that's just so you know. So we're on a bike, and I think she has is it her? That's a very special Pokemon that is always enjoyable to see. I can't remember, I have to beat this bird up first apparently. Yeah, sorry about Squirm. Squirm, okay, I'm going to reveal this now. I do get rid of Squirm eventually. I'm going to explain the reasons at the time, but yeah, I do get rid of Squirm eventually, so you're not going to see her for... you see her for another few parts. Oh no, she's not the one with the Pokemon I was hoping for. Oh, no. Just have to kill her Ponyta. Yeah, not much to talk about, which is disappointing. Like I said, like, the range of Pokemon isn't that great. Like, I know there's only, I think there was 90 new Pokemon added into this game, and that's fine, that's a good amount, but, I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me that that's the case, but it just sucks that you have to, that if you want a certain type of Pokemon, you have to catch a specific Pokemon, because there's only so many Pokemon to catch in the wild. Although a feature that I haven't mentioned is that if you're playing on your DS, if you do certain things, certain Pokemon will appear in certain routes. Like say you're on the DS and you put Pokemon Ruby in the bottom. In certain routes there's going to be... What the hell am I doing? That took me forever. But yeah, so in a certain route you may see a Pokemon that you can catch before. You put in Pokemon Emerald and you go to a route and there's a brand new Pokemon. Which sounds really cool, but I looked it up. It's not worth doing really. Because there's other things you can do, but it's all just like, oh, I don't care. It's just, I don't care. Like I said earlier in the part, it's boring, all these extra features. Not all of them are boring. You know, I enjoyed in the first one doing the casino and gambling to actually get Pokemon. That was a cool feature. And it didn't seem gimmicky, because you could actually get decent rewards. And okay, there wasn't much strategy, but, you know, it was a nice time waster, and it wasn't forced on you at all. Like I mentioned earlier in this part, I liked the idea that there was stuff you can miss, because it means the second time through you can discover it, and then when you talk to your friends you can say, oh, did you check out the, did you check out the gambling? And I was like, no. Well, obviously I did see it my first time, but because you have to go in the casino, but you don't have to go and get the coin case. And I liked that. I mean, that was cool. But oh, I don't know. I don't want to go on about it. I did like this route though. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was the first time we see Ponyta, who we'll be seeing her a lot, like a lot. And having the bike bit is a bit different, And then I like the bridge as well. I think this is the first game where there's actually a proper bridge. I swear, no, that's not true at all. That is not true at all. But I mean, it's the first game where it's 3D, so you can actually see that it's a bridge properly, rather than the game just saying, yeah, that's a bridge. That's totally a bridge. That blue, that's not the sky or anything. That's blue water, so that's fine. Our good old Game Boy, and it's terrible graphics. Yeah, I decided to fight these trainers. Later on the LP, I'm actually not going to fight every single trainer. Probably about 95% of all trainers I will fight. Just because some routes can go on a bit too long, and then it's like, okay, we've seen these Pokemon before, we've already killed these Pokemon. I mean, I know it's only there for the sake of XP, but, I mean, that's not fun. There's no strategy, is there, at that point? Stupid Shinx thinks it's all that. I think, was it not this Shinx, but the Shinx before you Spark, which is annoying because it was level 15 and my Shinx had to evolve before it learned Spark. So I don't know what's going on there. That sort of thing doesn't really bother me, but in certain Pokemon games they will just twist the rules. So, like the classic cases in the second gen, in the first gym, he has a level 11 Pidgeotto, but I think the logic there is that each Pokemon is different, and that the reason why there are set rules is because you're actually playing a game, not watching a TV show like the anime or watching a film. So in a game there actually has to be rules, so it has to evolve at a certain level. And yeah, this is a Pokemon. Oh, everyone enjoys seeing a Pikachu. I mean, come on, what's wrong with you? I was happy at the end of the route. I thought someone, and there's a Pikachu. It's always enjoyable to see one, and that's the last time we'll see that. You can't catch a Pikachu. I don't think there's any more trainers with a Pikachu. I haven't fought one yet, and I'm very close to the end. So yeah, enjoy it. It's really cool to see a Pikachu. I grew up watching the anime. It's cool that you can find a trainer and you can fight a Pikachu. It's cool. And speaking of bollocks stuff they make, or the extra stuff, there we go, here's a flag. She just gives you a flag. It's just, alright, you have a bike, here's a flag. Makes no sense to me. But we made it. Oh no, not quite. Apparently Dawn wants to say hello. Another boring character. Good old Dawn. Nah, Dawn's nice. And yeah, this is interesting. I'm not too sure what is in the other hand. Maybe I should have looked that up or something, but you can look it up. But yeah, the first to seek means it's a very cool idea actually. I think this is the first game to actually use it, like actually having that item, but it means you can go back and fight old trainers. I actually haven't done it as of yet, but it's a cool idea. It's something that they introduced in the second generation. I always enjoyed that. That trainers would call you up and say, "Yo bro, my shop is like bitching now, let's do this." I'm sure none of them talk like that because that's stupid. But yeah, we finally made it to the city, so in the next part we'll probably do some city stuff. So see you later. Goodbye.